Where are we? Where do we want to go? And how do we get there? These are questions that have challenged humans throughout the history of our species.
Navigation technologies have supported every function of society, from reliably obtaining food to supporting modern and highly complex industries and economies.
Over millennia, our navigation technologies have advanced from celestial tracking, the astrolabe, the magnetic compass, and sextant, to the now ubiquitous GPS.
GPS uses a network of satellites to pinpoint location anywhere on the Earth's surface, making it the cornerstone of nearly all navigation-dependent systems.
But GPS has limits. Signals don't penetrate underground or underwater, and are unreliable indoors. Furthermore, GPS signals can be jammed or spoofed during conflicts, and satellites are highly vulnerable to targeted attacks.
For an infrastructure that is so critical to global civilian, industrial, economic, and defense activities, it is simply untenable for navigation systems to remain so fragile.
Because of this, interest has grown in navigation systems that do not depend on consistent satellite connections, and the path forward may exist in a feature of the Earth that has guided us for thousands of years: the magnetic field of the planet. This is the potential of geomagnetic navigation.
Geomagnetic navigation is a novel method of determining location using tiny variations in the Earth's magnetic field. The magnetic field is created by the complex movement of molten metals in the Earth's outer core, making the strength and direction of the field unique at a given time everywhere on the Earth.
By measuring these variations in real time and comparing them to detailed geomagnetic maps, a system can pinpoint location without direct satellite connection.
Geomagnetic navigation functions like an advanced compass that doesn't merely point north, but establishes your precise coordinates even in places GPS can't reach. Earth's magnetic field passes through rock, water, and buildings alike. That makes geomagnetic navigation a serious candidate for improving subways, mines, submarines, and deep-sea infrastructure.
This relies on three main components: sensitive magnetometers, high-resolution magnetic maps, and AI models to interpret data. The idea isn't new. Animals like birds and sea turtles have used Earth's magnetic field to navigate for millions of years.
But developing technology capable of replicating the precision of nature is a complex challenge. Geomagnetic navigation must be able to correct for magnetic noise that can emerge from the natural and built environment, and capture a broad range of magnetic signals. Furthermore, systems must constantly adjust to complex changes in their magnetic field that are still not fully understood by scientists, along with extreme unpredictable events like solar storms. To be scalable across civilian, industrial, and military applications, magnetometers must be small and light enough to seamlessly integrate with small devices like cell phones or drones, while also demanding minimal power.
Meeting these requirements demands innovation across all components of the technological system. But many promising technologies are emerging, from advanced magnetometers to AI models, and an array of applications from purely geomagnetic to coupled navigation systems.
Despite the immense challenge, the advantages that geomagnetic navigation provides has created interest across nations, industries, and researchers that have enabled these breakthroughs.
Militaries around the world are investing towards geomagnetic navigation, and interest has been accelerated by current events. The Pentagon says they can't trust GPS anymore. The war in Ukraine has demonstrated how satellite signals can be jammed to the point of unreliability.
The Defense Innovation Unit of the Department of Defense began the Gauss Initiative, a multi-year, multi-phase effort to build the magnetic reference maps needed to make magnetic navigation.
Astronav is developing their own magnetic navigation software in close partnership with Virginia Tech and the DoD, who rewarded them $1.8 million in 2024 as part of the Small Business Innovation Research Program.
They have competition from Sandbox AQ, a quantum computing startup who have published multiple papers on magnetic anomaly-based navigation, with a focus on aerial applications, and are offering their AQ-Nav to the US Air Force, Boeing, and Airbus.
Meanwhile, we are seeing research papers from universities across Europe, Asia, and the Americas. These papers tackle topics such as magnetic mapping, sensor miniaturization, and AI-driven field matching algorithms.
Broadly, militaries are funding basic research from universities and startups. Startups are taking this body of research and building innovative navigation products to tackle existing problems. These products are then sold back to the militaries and industries. This ecosystem is driving the global race to develop geomagnetic navigation. The university contributions to this ecosystem are critical, as companies rarely have the interest or capital to explore basic research that is uncertain to create immediate profitable outcomes. These activities include understanding the geologic processes which create the magnetic field, the complexity of magnetic field changes, and creating global magnetic maps for public use. Without this basic research, companies would lack the knowledge needed to make geomagnetic navigation viable.
But like all technologies, this advancement will not be implemented globally all at once. Beyond the current military users, early adopters will likely include specialized industries such as underground or underwater mining, construction, or exploration.
Private application, probably mainly on mine sites, maybe military, through earth or through water communication. For those sorts of applications, within the next 5 to 10 years.
Private companies could maintain their own localized geomagnetic maps which cover areas of interest, enabling faster adoption than the more general civilian technologies which would require more global coverage.
Global civilian and industrial applications, on the other hand, are much more difficult to implement. Navigation through automobiles and cell phones would demand immense infrastructure investment, more sophisticated sensors, and cooperation across governments for data sharing, system operations, and maintenance. These challenges are far more complex than for GPS, which only requires a small number of satellites to function and can be fully managed without crossing national borders. Furthermore, there is currently little market interest in replacing GPS, as it's very reliable and inexpensive for users. Established and effective technologies are rarely replaced while they remain effective. This means that GPS would likely have to be consistently unreliable for alternatives to be explored at the societal scale. The market incentive to implement geomagnetic navigation broadly may not emerge unless targeted attacks on civilian GPS become commonplace.
Many questions remain which will determine how, where, and by whom geomagnetic navigation is further developed and implemented. Who will be responsible for updating magnetic maps? Will magnetic navigation data be made available to the public? Will international standards emerge across magnetic navigation systems? To what degree will magnetic measurement networks be centralized or decentralized across government and private actors? Whether GPS is here to stay or if the magnetic field will someday guide us, the future of navigation is being decided right now.